viewers, welcome to one of your most amazing show, Community Insight, here at Gaza Media. I'll be your host, Emmaculate Nalowa, and a special collaborator, Chris
Coffee.
Welcome, Chris.
Thank you very much, Emma.
Welcome back, viewers. Gaza Media had organized its first town hall conference, which took place on Sunday, the 16th of October 2022. The conference, which had begun with an opening speech from the director and founder of Gaza Media, Mr. Ernest Kumba, and the manager of Gaza Media, Madam Gillette Atemke, which being the moderator. The conference had the presence of some special personnel such as Professor John Kemji, because I will not have to go into details on what the guest speakers had brought in as contributions. Once more, we are moving forward to cross-examining what was being asked as questions by the panelists after the presentation. Chris?
Yeah?
I don't know, I'm sure you had a role to play.
Definitely,
so we'll be expecting much from you.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the talk show itself, the presentation itself had a lot already in stock now.
No, but I was part of it, but I listened to the guest speakers more because I'm already used to you. So you have to tell us.
But I was a guest speaker that day, right?
Like guest speakers for those who were watching.
What do you mean? I was a guest speaker that day. The third speaker for that matter. I mean, the privilege.
Okay, viewers. Our first question that was being asked, though not a question immediately, sorry. Mr. Funkem did encourage the staffs and reporters of Gaza Media by making mention of the fact that nothing good comes easily and that the beginning is always tough, but what matters most is the end.
Yeah.
To add, another question was pointed at the Professor John Kemji from the CEO of Lekudo USA, which stated that what was the importance of branding in terms of the media? Chris, I guess you heard that question.
Yeah, I didn't remember something like that.
Yeah, and the answer does directly. The professor did lay emphasis on the fact that Gaza Media has to look from a Eurocentric view in terms of its balance, credibility, and that it is not preferable that we see things that we just assume now, but we should look up to the better plans that are coming up, like what Gaza Media has as plans in the future.
Yes, it's always very important to look at it.
Yes, that's from the professor himself trying to encourage Gaza Media. And now we are going back to our special collaborator, who was one of the guest speakers during the town hall conference, and also my own boss,
Which boss?
just to bring you back. Chris Coffee.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have enjoyed the opportunity
Very much.
of attending such event and got to realize that all of us, as Gaza Media reporters, we have a lot to put in when it comes to as input to make this media see through in the future. And the boss made mention of the fact that the beginning was a tough one for him. So I can imagine. And us being reporters, we are seeing that we want to be more than what we are now. So I would just wish to find out from you, because the professor also pointed on another issue which says that if we have to develop as a royal media, then much work is to be done in establishing our reform, in making the community rely on our content.
That's very true.
And you, who has been a reporter for quite a long time for Gaza Media, I would just wish to find out, how do you see this being possible?
Okay, in the implementation.
Yes.
Well, it's very, very straightforward. I would just like to begin. Hello viewers, once more. I'm Chris Coffee. Yes, I was privileged to be the third speaker during the town hall meeting. So just moving straight away to your question, Emma. You see, if you tell people the truth, if we start off as a media house, we are that type of media house that sends forth good news, that sends, or not necessarily good news, we send out facts not fake news. Obviously, people always want to come in and listen to what you're saying. If they say Gaza media is known for giving the truth, like let me say they fact check everything before they send out. Yes, they fact check everything before they send out, and they cross check everything before they send out. Indeed, people always want to run into you and say, whatever Gaza media is saying. I mean, they always want to tune into Gaza media to know more about a certain thing that is happening. So if you go about telling, as a media house, especially a community media as Gaza media, you go about saying the truth, people always want to tune into you. And again, the second thing, again, you need to give information that people can relate to. When I say information that people can relate to, they talk about proximity, things happening around you. Just for instance, in Cameroon here, we are reporting about a space launch in Germany. I mean, it will not make any sense. Nobody wants to listen to a space launch in Germany. I mean, there's no concern. You have people going to the moon.
Especially for us Africans.
Yes, they will not be able to relate, you see. But now, if I'm here and I'm talking about the price hikes in here, people will obviously want to relate to it.
Because that's an issue.
That's an issue. Yeah, that's an issue that they live their everyday life. Everybody experiences the increase in prices. Everybody feels the pinch. So if you're that media house that focuses on what's happening around your audience, your carved out audience, indeed, they always want to listen to you. And then at least not listening, they want to also watch you and always want to stay tuned and listen to you over and over again. Thirdly, if you are talking about engaging the public, you see, don't only have those news. They say information is not complete unless there is feedback. You see. So if you have content that encourages feedback, if you have content that involves the public, they always want to be beside you. I think I'm asking the question.
Yes, you.
So
I'm even answering more because you're going deep into it.
Yeah, like just imagine you have a talk show, you invite, let me say we're talking about farming, farming and education, and all the rest of the documentary which we have done before. Then you invite a farmer here on set to talk about how they grow certain crops. Like I see I was so surprised that people are making green maize at this time. I mean, it's quite early, but how is it possible? I had the disadvantage is that the wind will be breaking the maize and all the rest. So if we had a farmer here on set to sit and school other farmers about these things, you see, we are engaging the people in the community. When people are all when they feel that communication, they feel that this media really wants us to tell our side of the story. I mean, they will always have that confidence in you.
Yeah, because it is through the media that they get to speak out their worries and they get to show the society that this is what we are made of.
This is what we are made of.
Yeah.
Even if you cannot necessarily bring them on set, at least you can have programs that
documentary.
Yes, documentary, and also I was on the point that you can also have a program that necessitates them calling in, like sending in their own contributions via call or SMS. You see, that's engaging the public. So coming up, I first of all highlighted that telling the truth is the first and most important thing to make people stay into your media house or stay tuned to you. Secondly, you should give you should inform them about things that are happening around them. You don't have to find contents far away. They find something they can relate to.
Especially for community media.
Yes, and also the third point, which is you have to engage with them. You see, now this will go to the last point. You have to come up with important content.
Those are diverse activities. Chris is so intelligent.
Wow.
Something you have to tell us. No, I just love that. Before I could even ask you about it, you told us already.
Yeah, you need to come up with important content. That's it. Because just imagine you're tuned into a media station and you keep finding one and the same thing over and over again. It becomes boring.
I will not watch.
You see, it becomes boring. But if you come up with important content, like for instance, the
drama.
Yes.
I can go with drama.
Yeah, you can come with drama. You can come with. But look at the issue we're having the weather updates. You see, if you have something like the weather updates, people always want to. Okay, Mr. John around will be like, hey, this is morning. How will the weather look like today? What am I supposed to put on? Hey, let me sit down to Gaza Media and listen to the weather forecast. Probably they're going to tell me how the weather is going to look like.
that's a nice idea from Gaza Media, because at times you want to travel because you are not a geographer to know what the weather will look like that day. You have to go into traveling, and then maybe you hear a flood somewhere without knowing. Maybe the bad weather can cause another type of accident without you being prepared, or we are never prepared for accidents. That one we know, but at times we can save ourselves by staying back at home knowing that the weather will not be good. So I think Gaza Media is already doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, and you see, I always like the point or the fact that they always want to make sure everybody has to say something. You see, there's no show wherein you don't see interviews granted. That's giving everybody the chance. Like that went to my point of engaging the population. To go about giving them street talks, hearing their own cries, hearing their own worries, and so on. So there you go, Emma, for the answer to your question.
One of the most intelligent reporters from the University of Boya.
Too much.
I want to advertise you, is it not okay?
No, it's okay. Let's take what we're here for, please.
Thank you, Chris Coffee.
Yes.
We also have to add this other question to you,
Okay.
which goes thus: how do you see Gaza Media in terms, like in years to come? Yes, after what was being discussed or was being advised by our guest speakers during the town hall conference, if we have to take all of these into consideration as reporters of Gaza Media, how do you see Gaza Media in years to come if you have to be part of Gaza Media or without you being part of Gaza Media?
Well, to begin, growing is something that stands out to be very, very important. If you're not growing in anything, then I don't see the reason why you should be there. And the way I see Gaza Media, or not mostly the way I'm saying it, just listen to the director of his presentation talking about how Gaza Media began from just the newsletters to now having a studio. You see, I see this as a media house that is growing constantly. And so when you ask me how I see Gaza Media in the long run, well, I just want to attribute it to like a small CNN here in Cameroon. Understand?
Emmaculate reporting for CNN Gaza Media.
No, I'm not saying we're changing the name.
No, I just want to make it.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yes, that is it.
Me, I know that Gaza Media, the fact is already that way.
Yeah, that is it.
Also, yeah.
So I'm using CNN because CNN is a big TV news agency where if you want to look for any information, you say this is from CNN, people will tremble. So in some years to come,
for us Africans, we believe that it works with fact and fairness.
Yes.
We don't believe in CNN.
Not only Africans, you see all around the globe, everybody.
No, I mean Africa. I don't know about.
Okay, speaking for yourself.
Yes.
Okay, very, very important. That's true. So I see Gaza Media reaching to that height where they say things that people really believe it. So I see Gaza Media going to that potential, to that spot wherein they can refer them to CNN, refer them to BBC and all the other big TV houses that we know about.
To invite Gaza Media for a talk show that way.
Really?
How to travel?
Really?
Just to represent
Okay,
Gaza
don't
Media.
be telling us your prayers there, madam.
No.
don't want to know your prayers.
Okay.
And again, I see Gaza Media again as a platform to showcase hidden talents, to promote talents too. Just for instance, we had Kelly Fusano here, the young artist. You see, I see more other artists having the spotlight through Gaza Media because Gaza Media has a vision reaching out to the grassroots, giving the voice to the voiceless, helping the underserved.
And I hope they can hear us because we are inviting many more artists over here.
So I see Gaza Media as that platform or as a stepping stone for a handful of young talents being portrayed to the world. And lastly, and a very important point, well, I see Gaza Media as the birthplace of the finest breed of reporters that the world will ever register. I rest my case.
Oh, thank you, Chris. As always, intelligent. Okay, we are almost drawing near to the end of the program, but we won't let go until Chris Coffee will have to tell us if the media is the only one to play a big or a vital role when it comes to communication, or does the public or do our community have a role in play when it comes to the media?
Okay. Well, you see, it's like a wedding. You see, the man and the woman coming together. You see, they have a role to play. Without the woman, the man cannot go. Without the man, the woman cannot go. You see, so the media and the community have, let me say, a win-win relationship, wherein the media gives out the TV, the community too has to give in. You see, so not only the media having a role to play, but the community too has a role to play towards the media. Like, first of all, giving content, acting as valuable sources. If you go out to the field to cover an event, let people be really.
I'm not getting you short.
Yeah.
Like, I did remember you say, during your own presentation, though I was not ready to listen to you.
Ah, really?
You said it's kind of very difficult getting sources when it comes to community collaborating with the media. So I think the community, we are just trying to beg on the community to bear with us that they can never be us if they are not there too.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not trying to.
No, that's very true. That's very fine.
Yes.
So the community has as well to provide the information, to make the information available for the media to cover and showcase. You see, they are not supposed to be afraid to give in their own thoughts. They are not supposed to be afraid to speak to the media, because the media is there for them. Yes, we are very, very aware, and we don't blame them for the insecurity they are facing. Because our society itself is already perverse and scattered to the core. So it's just normal that the people are scared of the media, especially the damage that the media has caused so far. But you know, among bad, there's always good. So there are always the good ones outstanding. So the community has as well to provide the information, to make the information readily available for the media to cover. And also we talk about finances, but though this is not a profit-making organization, but if you see let me say that was the most interesting part about the town hall meeting, when they had to deal with the contributions, people giving in their funds and fundraising and so. Those are people of the community who really value the use of the media, who really know the importance of the media. You see, so the media is not just operating on its own. It's not just, let me say, a self-made organization. There are people funding it, there are people financing it, people from the community. So people of the community to have as whole to provide for the media. So the media
and through the media, they can also be assisted. I think so.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, that's it.
That's what the community fail to understand. Through the media, when your problems are being sent out,
solution comes in.
They come in.
Yeah, because they have a wider range or a wider scope of reaching
where
out.
the information will go.
So yeah, I guess just that too with enough, at least that's a very important point.
Thank you, Chris Coffee, my own boss over here in
Come
Cameroon.
on, stop doing that.
It has been a pleasant or a pleasure having you.
No, the pleasure is all mine.
Yes, and we are saying that we will end here for today. You thought I was going to ask you another question?
No, keep the questions coming. I'm up for it. Don't mind me sweating.
Viewers, we have come to the end of our show, Community Inside here at Gasa Media. I've been your host, Emmaculate Nalowa, and our special collaborator,
Chris Coffee.
Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. If ever you want Gasa Media to cover an event for you, please dial the numbers on your screen, as we wish to see you again. Thank you.
Bye.